This is the forward and backward cutting drill. This exercise should be performed for 10 yards with a 5-yard width between cones or lines. Performance points for this exercise are bent knees and a low center of gravity while avoiding locking of the knees. Goals for this exercise are a low center of gravity and stable core. This is the high knee exercise. It should be performed forwards, then backwards for 10 yards each way. A performance point for this exercise is that the knees and arms are both bent to 90-degree angles, and the exercise will be performed at a quick tempo. The goal for this exercise is as many touches as possible in a 10-yard distance. This is the high knee shuffle. It should be performed to the right and then to the left for 10 yards each way. A performance point for this exercise is a soft landing on the toes and the legs and arms bent at a 90-degree angle. This exercise should be performed with a quick tempo. The goal for this exercise is a high number of touches. This is the high knee hold. It is to be performed forward, then backwards for 10 yards each way. A performance point for this exercise is to pull the knee to the chest while the ground foot should rise up on the toe with each hold. A goal for this exercise is to hold the knee to the chest and balance for 2 seconds. This is the figure 4 hold exercise. It should be performed forward, then backwards for 10 yards each way. A performance point for this exercise is to lift the leg to 90 degrees at the hip while pulling up on the ankle and pushing down on the knee. The ground foot should remain flat. A goal for this exercise is to hold at the top position for 2 seconds. This is the butt kick to high knee exercise. It should be performed forwards, then backwards for 10 yards each way. The performance point for this exercise is slow and controlled movements. The knee flexion should transition to a powerful hip flexion. The grounded foot should rise up on the toes. A goal for this exercise is controlled movement while maintaining balance. This is the power skip exercise. It is to be performed for 10 yards forward. Performance points for this exercise are reaching maximum height using explosive movements while using the arms to propel the body. This is the power skip with a hold. Performance points for this exercise are controlling the landing while holding the position with an emphasis on soft landings. Goals for this exercise are a soft landing and correcting any inward or outward knee movements. This is the toy soldier exercise. This exercise should be performed for 10 yards forward. Performance points for this exercise are the leg remaining straight while touching the opposite hand. The goal for this exercise is a controlled movement and maintaining a straight leg when raised. This is the Carioca exercise. It is to be performed to the right, then to the left for 10 yards each way. Performance points for this exercise are an emphasis on hip rotation and quick foot movements. Goals for this exercise are coordinated movements and hip rotation. This is the side lunge exercise. It is to be performed right, then left for 10 yards each way. Performance points for this exercise are stepping, then squatting, keeping the weight on the heels, arms and knees bent at 90 degrees, and making sure the knees do not extend over the toes. The goal for this exercise is maintaining proper body control. This is the walking lunge exercise. This exercise should be performed forwards, then backwards for 10 yards each way. Performance points for this exercise are knee and hip alignment at 90-degree angles, maintaining normal arm motion, and making sure the knees do not extend over the toes. Goals for this exercise are body control with the lunging motion and balance at walkthrough of the lunge. This is the Hopscotch exercise. This exercise should be performed forwards and backwards 10 yards each way. This exercise can be performed single leg and double leg. Performance points for this exercise are soft landing on toes with the knees bent while avoiding inward or outward movement of the knee upon landing. Goals for this exercise are soft landing with a stable transition between movements. This is the 180-degree vertical jump exercise. It should be performed for 10 touches. Performance points for this exercise are soft landings with feet shoulder width apart. Emphasize core stability and core movement during the jumps. The goals for this exercise are soft landing and core rotation. This is the cutting drill and side shuffle exercises. These exercises should be performed for 10 yards with a 5-yard width between cones or lines. Performance points for these exercises are core alignment, bent knees, and a low center of gravity. Avoid locking of knees and inward or outward knee movement. The goal for this exercise is core alignment with lower body.